It is the tallest building in the world, 828 meters, 163 floors, visible from 95 kilometers away. This is a structure so dominant, it does not just define the Dubai skyline. It is a Dubai skyline. Every year, millions of tourists pay to ride the elevator to the top, and every New Year's Eve, the world watches its fireworks light up the sky. Every travel influencer in existence has photographed it from every possible angle. The Burj Khalifa is the most famous building on Earth, and right now, behind the glass, above the tourist floors, above the hotel, and above the gleaming lobby, there are floors, dozens of them, sitting empty and quiet in the world's most iconic building. Nobody talks about it. The promotional machine around this building is too powerful and too carefully managed for that conversation to happen loudly. But the numbers do not lie. Today we are going to look at what is really going on inside the tallest building in the world. To understand the empty floors, you have to understand what the Burj Khalifa actually is, because most people have a fundamentally incorrect picture of it. When people think of the Burj, they think of a tourist attraction or a luxury hotel. The Armani Hotel occupies the lower floors, and that is the version most visitors experience. But the vast majority of the building, the floors that stretch from roughly level 19 all the way up through the residential and corporate sections, was built and sold as ultra-premium real estate. That was the vision. Buy a floor in the world's tallest building and have an address that no other spot on Earth can match. In the mid-2000s, when the units were being sold off-plan, the pitch worked. Units sold fast and the hype was real. Then 2008 happened. The global financial crisis hit Dubai harder than almost anywhere else. Property prices collapsed and many buyers who had purchased units suddenly found themselves either unable or unwilling to complete their purchases. Some walked away, while others held on but never moved in, treating the units as investment assets to be flipped rather than homes to be lived in. The building opened in January 2010 into a market that was a shadow of the one it had been designed for. Now, in 2026, more than 15 years since the building opened, the vacancy question has not gone away. Independent property analysts estimate that significant portions of the residential floors are either vacant or rarely occupied. Some units have changed hands multiple times without ever being lived in, owned by investors in countries far from Dubai who purchase them as trophy assets or hedges with no real intention of moving in. The corporate floors present a similar story. While a Burj Khalifa address is worth something for prestige, the actual utilization of that office space tells a story of a building being used more as a brand than as a workplace. Then there's the structural reality that creates challenges nobody mentions in the brochures. The Burj Khalifa is so tall that getting from a high floor to ground level is a genuine time commitment. It is a planned journey, not a quick run downstairs for coffee. Furthermore, the wind at the upper levels creates a psychological experience that is demanding in a way that photographs do not convey. Maintenance costs are also a major factor. The annual service charges are among the highest of any development in Dubai. For investors not generating rental income, these fees are a massive ongoing cost. Meanwhile, the development of the surrounding downtown district has created competing luxury real estate at lower price points with easier access and more practical floor plans. Buyers who once saw the Burj as the only option now have alternatives that offer a better daily living experience. The building's management consistently presents a positive narrative, calling it a thriving vertical community. And to be fair, the parts that are active are genuinely impressive. But a building is not its lobby or its observation deck. It is the sum of its occupied floors. The empty spaces are a predictable consequence of a building conceived at the peak of a market bubble and sold to investors in a city built on temporary residence. These floors are the result of pushing against the limits of what human beings actually want to do with their daily lives. The Burj Khalifa is not a failure. It is one of the greatest engineering achievements in human history, and it put Dubai on the map forever. But there's a difference between a monument and a home. The Burj was built to make the world look up, and the world did. What was not fully built for, and what its empty floors quietly confirm, is the ordinary and unglamorous business of people actually living their lives inside it. Somewhere in those 163 floors, the silence says more about Dubai's story than any fireworks display ever could.